Hey guys, and welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about Dwayne Johnson and his comments on why the Black Adam movie didn't do so well at the box office. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, stay up to date with all the movie news we have going on around here, guys. So we're going to jump into this movieweb.com article here, and we're going to have to see what Dwayne Johnson has to say for himself. So Dwayne Johnson reflects on his future as Black Adam that was cut short at the arrival of the new DCU. So yeah, the DCEU with Zack Snyder mainly at the helm is now being rebooted into the DCU with James Gunn and Peter Safran at the helm. And Dwayne Johnson believes that has something to do with the disappointing box office of Black Adam. So let's have a look and see what this article has to say. Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson addresses his departure from the franchise in the midst of a new administration coming in, after he almost managed to revive the DCU with his character as one of the main pillars. Although the movie presenting as one of the most ancient and powerful anti-heroes from the DC comics was a huge disappointment in the box office, the release of Black Adam was meant to give the franchise a new start. That's why the film included a cameo of Henry Cavill as Superman, teasing future projects involving both characters. And I will say it again, and I've said it many times in many DC videos that I've made, guys, that the fact that we're not getting Man of Steel 2 is a crime against humanity. And I will fight anybody who disagrees with that. I'm only joking, guys. But yeah, the fact that we're never going to see a Man of Steel 2, the saddest news I've ever heard in my life. That's the kind of sad person I am. But there we go. Moving on. But the movie came out in the middle of some major changes within the company, since Warner Brothers and Discovery have merged, and CEO David Zaslav is looking to give the DCEU a fresh start by creating a division specifically dedicated to create connected content, including movies, TV shows, animated productions, and even video games. Just as a side note here, I hope they don't go along the same lines of sort of what Disney have done, because Disney, I love the MCU, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of the MCU, not so much the recent phase, because let's be honest, it's been a bit trash. But when it was in the midst of its heights, it was excellent. But I just don't want DC to go along and then after several years get, because if they're spanning their media, connected media across movies, TV shows, animated productions, and video games, people who are watching the movies who don't play video games, are they then going to be lost if all the content is connected? Is it going to get too convoluted? This is the thing with shared cinematic universes. Things can become too convoluted too quickly, and I just hope that DC don't fall into that trap. I just wanted to mention that as a side note anyway, guys. So, that's how James Gunn and Peter Safran came into the picture, both as leaders of DC Studios, whose first task was to start building a new shared universe, leaving the past administration plans behind. With that in mind, Black Adam and Henry Cavill's Superman and many other characters were left out, some to get new actors behind them and others not even being considered as part, or at least the first phase of the new DCU. So, Dwayne Johnson thinks that Black Adam got caught in a vortex. So yeah, he just makes comments about, the new administration coming in and the fact that, COVID had ramifications as to why the box office didn't do so well. So we're going to look at this quote here that he's saying below, and let's get more specific about it. While speaking with his friend Kevin Hart on his talk show, Heart to Heart, Johnson answered what he thinks happened with the movie and the future of the character. So Johnson goes on to say, quote, "I think the Black Adam got caught in a vortex of new leadership, and at the time we were creating Black Adam, developing it, shooting Black Adam, we got knocked down a little bit because of COVID, and the shutdown got back up. There were so many changes in leadership, and as you know, at the time, anytime you have a company, but especially the size and magnitude that's publicly traded company, and you have all these changes in leadership, you have people coming who fiscally are going to make decisions that you may not agree with philosophically. So I think that Black Adam was one of those movies that got caught in a web of new leadership." So whether you agree or not with the comments that he's making, is he just coming up with excuses as to why the movie did so bad? Was there a legitimate reason? Like he was saying with the leadership, the fact that new people were coming and going, and a change of leadership could have put a spanner in the works of the production of the movie. Is there any truth to that, or is he just trying to play it off like with excuses? We'll never really know. It's a shame that the Black Adam movie failed, in my opinion, because Dwayne Johnson playing Black Adam, that could have been a dream casting. That movie could have done incredibly well, and I would love to have seen where that would have gone. So it's a shame that it failed. I didn't want it to fail. It's just the movie wasn't that good. It was like a harken back to a kind of early 2000s superhero movie, when superhero movies weren't in their prime at the moment. But I enjoyed the movie, and it was something to do in the afternoon if you haven't got anything else to watch. But it was kind of just your generic kind of superhero film that we've seen hundreds of times now. So But Black Adam managed to earn $393 million worldwide, which may seem like a lot, and it is. But the movie budget was initially 190 million, raised to 260 million because of the reshoots. And even when it made more, then it is not considered a can't even talk. Made 260 million of reshoots, and even when it made more than that, it is not considered a financial success, especially since Johnson was considered for one of the box office kings thanks to the past projects such as Jumanji. So yeah, I think we're in the age of Hollywood now where stars don't have as much, these big Hollywood stars don't have as much pull as what they used to anymore. I think people go to watch a movie because of the subject of the movie, rather than the actual star that's in it. So I reckon if you, like, for instance, if you rebooted the MCU, and obviously there's been murmurings about this for the last year or so, since their last phase has done quite badly. If you rebooted the MCU and you put someone in the Iron Man, you cast someone as Iron Man, an actor who wasn't known, would this film still make as much money as it would, with an A-list actor in it? Do people go to see the content of the film, or do they go to see the actors in the film? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always this kind of debate, like how much power do these actual A-listers have anymore? So is it the fact that Dwayne Johnson doesn't have as much box office draw as what people think? I'm not really sure on that, guys. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. So DC and Warner Brothers then had two big stumbles at the box office with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and The Flash. And it seems like Blue Beetle and Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom will underperform too. Yeah, so the projections for Blue Beetle's coming out this month, and they were saying it's going to make between 12 to 17 million opening weekend, which is like, that's a train wreck of an opening. So we're expecting another bomb to come in with Blue Beetle. DC is going to fail even harder, and it's hard to watch because, being a massive DC fan like myself, seeing these movies come out and do real bad is, it's kind of heartbreaking to some degree. So I'm really glad that DCU is being rebooted. I'm hoping that they can do something really positive with it. Obviously, we've got our Superman casting. We've got our Green Lantern casting. It looks like Gal Gadot may be coming back as well. She was fantastic in the role as Wonder Woman. So yeah, guys, just jump down to the comment section. Let me know what you think about the comments of what Dwayne Johnson's saying here about the leadership, the leadership transition basically affecting the box office of Black Adam. And what do you think about it? Do you think it's an excuse? Do you think it's a legit reason? I'd love to know what you have to say, and I will see you soon.